to combat this outbreak. We will work tirelessly to ensure that no family has endured the pain of losing a loved one to cholera. This mission is not just about addressing the immediate crisis, it is about laying the ground work for a healthier, more resilient South Sudan. Together we can turn these challenges into opportunities to strengthen our health system and build a future where preventable diseases like cholera are not longer a threat. Rupkana County is facing the highest burden of the ongoing cholera outbreak. This county has recorded the highest number of cholera cases in the ongoing outbreak.
Unity State Governor Justin Bimtov highlighted the devastating impact of the cholera outbreak, which has led to significant loss of life in Bentiu town and surrounding counties. He called on the residents to take advantage of the vaccination campaign to curb the spread of the disease.
Your Excellency, let me inform you that the disease has spread to the other counties apart from the center here, which is Rupkana. It has gone to different places. The cholera outbreak has not only claimed lives, but it has also disrupted the livelihood, placing significant burden on families, communities already vulnerable due to the conflict and displacement, and limited to access of basic service. As we know, cholera is both preventative and treatable, yet its persistence to our community highlight systematic challenges, including inadequate access to clean water, proper sanitation, comprehensive healthcare service. My office as a governor has directed the commissioners, mayors, and law enforcement agencies to make preventive measures. Community education campaigns are underway to ensure that families understand how to protect themselves and seek timely treatment. We are also closely monitoring the situation to prevent the further spread of the cholera.
Meanwhile, the National Minister of Health, Yolanda Wilding, reiterated her ministry's dedication to improving healthcare service across the country. She assured citizens that the vaccination campaign is part of a broader effort to enhance healthcare access and mitigate the effects of the cholera outbreaks.
The citizen of this nation, the Ministry of Health is committed to safeguarding the health and the well-being of every South Sudanese. We urge communities to follow health advice, particularly on the use of safe water and sanitation. Let us cut away from the myth. We have some myth that, like, if you have got watery diarrhea, you take alcohol or lemon and chili, that will kill you quickly. Follow the professional advice. Support staff to the healthcare workers in the country and everybody else. Your dedication and hard work in these challenging times are saving lives. The government and its partners are here to support you. I'm here to support you, and I'm going to try my very level best to work 7 days a week instead of the 5 days a week. We value your contributions, and we call for strengthened collaboration to address this outbreak.
This vaccination campaign is a collaborative effort between the national government, health partners, and the state government, and reflect the collective resolve to address public health challenges and safeguard the life of South Sudanese citizens. Mayuriam York, Ssbc News, Bentiu Town, Unity State.
In related development, the Minister of Health, Yolanda Wilding, urges public to refrain from giving alcohol, lemon, and chili to cholera patients in a state of taking them to medical facilities for treatment. Briefing media after arriving at Juba International Airport after launching cholera vaccination campaign in Bentiu, Minister Yolanda calls on public to observe good hygiene practices to preventing the spread of cholera, pledging continued efforts to improving health facilities and the welfare of medical workers.
Our whole trip was in regard to the cholera epidemic that is going on in the country. So today we launched vaccination in Unity State, in the headquarter Bantu town. We also had a field visit to the cholera treatment center in Bantu Hospital, but we need more things to be done. Number one, we need scaling up. We need scaling up of resources and support and intervention from everybody, from the government, from our donors, and from our partners. Number two, community engagement and awareness. Cholera is mainly a sanitation and a hygiene issue, and we have got myths that our community are actually still practicing. For example, the community believe that once they detect that you have cholera, some of the community members, they treat it with alcohol, they treat it with taking lemon and chili. I am calling the public to...
Diverting your attention to diplomatic relations, South Sudan and Turkey have renewed their efforts to advancing investment and trade opportunities between the two countries. This follows a meeting on Tuesday in Juba between the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ramadan Mohamed Abdallah Goj, and the Turkish Ambassador Metin Ejin on strengthening trade and investment ties. Addressing the media after the meeting, Ambassador Ergin stresses that Turkey's commitment to enhancing relations with South Sudan. The ministry's spokesperson Apuk Ayuel provided further details on the discussions.
We have discussed bilateral relations focusing on, especially on trade and investment, and I'm personally quite optimistic that our good relations will be advanced quite rapidly to the benefit of both South Sudan and Turkey.
The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation just concluded a meeting with the Turkey ambassador to South Sudan. The meeting focused on discussing bilateral relations with a specific focus on expanding our economic cooperation. The two have committed to deepening and expanding the relationship between Turkey and...
Good news for the country and the citizens. The country's anticipated oil production through Sudan's pipelines is officially commencing tomorrow, 8 January 2025, with a production rate of 90,000 barrels per day. This milestone follows joint efforts by Juba and Khartoum to addressing challenges that hindered the resumption of oil production, which was hindered or interrupted by the ongoing Sudanese war and the prevailing Houthi conflict. The resumption has been confirmed by the Minister of Petroleum, Port Kang Chol, during a conference attended by representatives from the China National Petroleum Corporation, Sinopec, SSTO, and Nilepet. Ssbc's Akuj Maker reports.
Among South Sudanese to see their lifeline oil back in full operation amidst the backdrop of the nation's struggling economy is finally over. South Sudan, and their partners have agreed to restart the flow of South Sudan's crude oil through Sudan starting Wednesday, 8 January 2025, following a shutdown that lasted slightly over a year, plunging the country into economic hardship. The resumption comes after resolving recurrent challenges within the oil sector and the lifting of the force majeure by Sudan on 4th January 2025, marking a crucial pathway for oil operations to restart. According to the Minister of Petroleum, Port Kang Chol, the Dar Petroleum Operating Company has been directed to resume operations immediately, without delay, emphasizing the agreement reached with the partners.
With the force majeure having been officially lifted by the government of Sudan through its letter dated the 4th, 2025, and based on that, the Ministry of Petroleum and partners would like to declare that the kickoff date for depot resumption is as early as tomorrow. This is basically to say our D-Day that we have been waiting for is tomorrow, the 8th of January 2025. As such, MOP and partners are hereby directing DPOC in coordination with BAPCO to immediately embark on the resumption without any delay.
Kang further stated that oil production will start at 90,000 barrels of crude oil per day for the first 6 months. He noted that the government will continue to handle Petronas' financial responsibilities until a new entity is designated to take over its shares.
Our target is 90,000 barrels a day. We'll be paying the cash call on behalf of Petronas until when the government of South Sudan have named officially the entity that shall take over from Petronas. That arrangement, we have done it.
Some citizens have expressed their opinions following the news of the resumption of oil production. They responded to the question of whether restarting oil production will improve the national economy, considering that the dollar exchange rate currently stands at 510,000 South Sudanese pound per 100 US dollars, and the price of fuel is 6,000 South Sudanese pound per liter. The resumption comes at a critical time as Petronas has exited the country, leaving the government to manage its cash flow amidst an economic crisis. The restart of oil operation restores hope among the people of South Sudan for improved services and strengthen the government's ability to pay salaries to civil servants and the army, thereby improving livelihoods. Akuchmaker, Ssbc.
Thank you, Okujimaker, for that report. Coming up, people of Raja County of Western Bargazal State are calling for quality education, health, and communication services, as well as improvement on road infrastructure. We are going for a break. Stay tuned for more stories coming up. Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. People of Raja County of Western Bargazal State are calling for quality education, health, and communication services, as well as road improvement in the area. Ssbc's Martin Justin reports.
People in Manimba Eastern and Western Payams, Gizboro, Kata, and Bor el Medina pour out into streets to welcome their representative in the national and state governments on their first joint visit to the region. In the public rallies in the Payams, the people echo their demands for the sound and equality education, health, recreation services, eradication of telecommunication networks towers, road maintenance, and cessation of all illegal mining activities. Rizik Zakaria Hassan, the team leader, persuades all communities from the different political affiliations in the Payams to work jointly for the common benefit of the people in the region. Gold miners now indiscriminately active in illicit mining operations. A high-level delegation headed by the deputy governor from the state government is expected to visit the region soon to look into the illegal mining activities. Martin Justin Paul Kose, Ssbc, from Bor el Medina, Raja County.
Now let's move to Awil, the capital of Northern Bargazal State, where authorities have echoed the nationwide directive to removing illegal roadblocks by ordering the immediate removal of unauthorized checkpoints along routes connecting Northern Bargazal State with the neighboring areas. Northern Bargazal State Governor Simon Ober Mout is to insist that enforcing this directive is crucial for facilitating the free movement of people and goods in the region. The State Commissioner of Police, Major General Basilio Wani, confirmed the removal of these checkpoints, noting that the decision aligns with the recent Governors Forum resolution, which focused on improving the nation's economic conditions. General Wani urges communities to avoid establishing such illegal checkpoints, highlighting their harmful impact on the state's economy. Drivers have expressed their gratitude to the state government, believing this decision will significantly reducing transportation costs and improving overall economic conditions in the area.
ننفذ قرار لجنة الأمن بأنه يتم قفل أو إغلاق كل البوابات أو نقاط التفتيش الموجودة داخل الولاية، يتم إغلاقها تماما. ونحن الآن قدرنا في هذا الصباح معي مدير جهاز الأمن ومدير المخابرات عشان نجي ننفذ قرار لجنة أمن الولاية بإلغاء وإغلاق كل البوابات.
أقول له جنوب السودان بصفة عامة له طريقة هم ماشيين بوضع وطريقة بورنا بلد ماشي للأمانة. نشكر رئيس الجمهورية كمان على قرار اللي قرره، ونتمنى يعني القرار اللي اتقرر من سيد رئيس الجمهورية ssbc إنه يواصل بنفس الطريقة عشان نقدر إنه مواطن جنوب السودان.
لو أكون بفكر عشان يزيل البوابات ده حاجة لنا دايرين ذاته، مواطن كان بفكر في ده. فأنا بشكر الحكومة اللي قام بفكرة ده واجب. أنا كنا قاعدين نتمنى كشعب.
More than 100 injuries have been registered at Juba Teaching Hospital due to different accidents during Christmas and New Year celebrations. The report were presented during the Central State Security Committee meeting chaired by Deputy Governor Paulino Lokudo on Tuesday, focusing on the general security situation in the state. In a media briefing, the Minister of Local Government and Law Enforcement Agency, Leon Abe Brown, describes security situation as calm and stable. Minister of Leon appeals to the public to abide by the order. issued by the City Council banning vendors from selling goods along the streets to reducing congestion along main roads in the city.
The Central Equatorial State Ordinary Security Meeting number 1, 2025, today has discussed a number of issues that pertaining to the celebrations of the Christmas and the New Year 2025, in which it proved that it was a very nice celebrations of the Christmas and a new happy year, with a number of small cases registered that are pertaining to the injuries and some accidents within the state. We have also looked into it that we have gaps in some of our payams, like Ondurba and Lanya County, for instance, Tijor, which needs a number of police to be deployed at least to enhance the security of our people at that various areas. And in conclusion, the Deputy Governor, Paulino Lukudu-Yevede, who is the chair of the security meeting number 1 of 2025, have appreciated the Holy State and sending a warmly congratulations on their celebration.
The South Sudan Police Service and the United Nations Police have discussed stepping up efforts to equipping criminal investigators with the skills to effectively perform their duties. The Inspector General of Police, General Habra Manuat Peter, and the United Nations Police Deputy Commissioner, Kostab Sharma, met in Juba on Tuesday. The United Nations Deputy Police Commissioner, Sharma, says the meeting centered on equipping police service with effective investigation skills to enhancing justice system in the country. United Nations Mission in South Sudan HONMIS Chief of Electoral Affairs Division Durand Nance, who attended the meeting, says his team has handed over the chairmanship of Electoral Commission to Sadiq Ismail Sadiq, strengthening areas of cooperation to empowering the police as South Sudan prepares for its general elections in 2026.
Topics that were discussed included how to professionalize the working of the police, introduce some accountability frameworks, especially focusing on strengthening the work at the police station level in terms of the supervision of police stations, the work of the investigations, and how the cases should be opened, followed up, and finally what happens to those cases. So from our side, the UN police is fully going to support what he has said. It is a very vital and important point for us to sort of take forward, and we have taken the guidance from him, and we will accordingly put it in our programs throughout the different states. He has also assured that he will be speaking to not only the state commissioners but also to the level further to sort of implement his thoughts and see how the police station can be made a better environment, not only for the communities but also for the people who are actually detained for various crimes. In terms of the training of the police officers, he has said that we need the right officers to be put into training, which is an excellent idea for the UN police, because we do believe that a lot of effort that we make, it goes sometimes not fruitfully into the actual implementation, and giving the training to the right people will definitely help.
We just concluded a very fruitful, good meeting with IGP Abraham, who served as the previous chairperson of the Election Security Committee. In this meeting, he handed over the chairmanship to General Siddiqui and emphasized the importance of coordination amongst the broader security sector of South Sudan, along with the National Elections Commission, to plan and prepare for election security coordination in anticipation of the December.
In Upper State, locals in Koka County are appealing to the national government to addressing the growing lack of basic services, including schools. and medical facilities. They voiced their concerns to Dio Ayong, a legislator representing Akoka constituency, during his inspection visit to key service institutions aimed at identifying challenges and generating practical solutions. Legislator Young acknowledges their challenges and stresses an urgent need to improving the delivery of basic services to the people of Akoka. Meanwhile, the Akoka County Commissioner Gieo Cholyach highlighted the importance of the inspection in tackling challenges within the health and education sectors. Now turning our attention to the humanitarian situation in Warab State, where authorities in the state capital Kwajok have secured a humanitarian food consignment comprising 250 bags of wheat and 250 bags of rice. The aid is intended to assisting internally displaced persons, returnees, and those affected by flooding. State Secretary General Santino Ngong Longar expresses gratitude for the support, highlighting its importance to the affected communities in Warab State.
Recognize the work done by the National Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, especially the Minister, for the promise that he made during the visit of our Governor General Francis Marialabo to give Warab State government food assorted item, wheat and rice. Today we received 500 bags, as you have seen, 250 each, that is rice and wheat. At this juncture, I would like to thank the national government for the support it has been doing to the state government in order to support the vulnerable people of Warab, especially the returnees, flood-affected people, and the returnees from Sudan, IDPs from conflict, and other vulnerable people. We are so thankful that the food has arrived today at the quantity of 500 bags. As mentioned earlier on by the Secretary General, that the quantity is equivalent is 250 bags per item. I would like to encourage the national government to continue supporting Warab State wherever there is any food at the national level. And I also, at the same time, I urge the international organization and other UN agencies to come in masses to support the people of Warab, because Warab has been affected by the flood in 2020.
The food asset is the rice and wheat grain. The amount that was handed to us and we have received today is 500 different aspects of the food. This is what we have received. We are so glad and happy. We need that straining hand to continue like that.
Coptic Orthodox in South Sudan joined broader congregations in celebrating Christmas to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. The festival comes 2 weeks after most denominations, including Catholic and Protestants, conducted their celebrations on 25th December. Addressing the St. Mary and St. Abraham churches, joint congregation Reverend Matthew Lexda underscores the importance of peace and unity, urging believers to renew their strength, to strengthen their faith, rather. The members stressed the importance of raising children in the church to be God-fearing citizens.
أول درس إحنا بنتعلمه في ميلاد بتاع ربنا يسوع المسيح إنه شنو؟ إنه إحنا نبعد شنو عن المظاهر الخارجية. على عيد بتاعنا يكون شنو؟ في المشاعر إنه إحنا شنو؟ نجهز قلب بتاعنا يكون هو مزود إنه يسوع المسيح شنو يتولد فيه، وإحنا نبعد عن شنو؟ نبعد عن العظمة وعن الترف وشنو، وقلبنا يكون مستعد للميلاد بتاع ربنا يسوع المسيح، ونكتسب فضائل جديد عشان شنو ربنا شنو يقدر يتولد في داخل بيتنا.
حي كل الأمهات العيالهم مشتركين في شغل بتاع كنيسة، شباب، قوية، مدارس أحد، بإنهم يعمل افتقادات لكل الأمهات اللي عيالهم برا، بإنه هم يجوا بالعيال يجيبوهم هم صغيرين حسي، وجينا يتربى في كنيسة لغاية ما بيكبر، وبعدين بيكون شاب في كنيسة أو هي ذاتها بيكون أم في كنيسة.
اليوم الطائفة الشرقية بتحتفل بعيد ميلاد المسيح اليوم، فنحن كشاب كنيسة أنبا أبرام ومريم العذراء في نياكورن نحتفل بهذا العيد، بنهني شعب جنوب السودان.
And addressing the congregation at St. George Orthodox Church, celebration continues. The church priest, Father Michael Abar, urges South Sudanese to promote social cohesion and work for positive change besides maintaining peace, unity and reconciliation.
احنا كمسيحيين احنا لابد نزرع في السلام، نزرع يكون في سلام بينك وبين الله، يكون في سلام بينك وبين الآخرين، ويكون في سلام بينك وبين نفسك. عشان كده احنا كمسيحيين محتاجين يكون في سلام في وسطنا، محتاجين يكون في محبة في وسطنا، واحنا كجنوبيين محتاجين يكون في سلام. عشان كده نتمنى ان سنة 2025 يكون سنة بتاع السلام في بلدنا. عشان كده احنا محتاجين يكون في مساعدة بيننا، يكون في محبة، يكون في سلام في جنوب السودان.
We are so happy and we are celebrating our Merry Christmas, and at the same time is Happy New Year as Orthodox believer. We're praying hard that all youth to be humble and welcome and open their heart to welcome God in their heart.
في تحديات كثيرة جدا في الحياة، لكن نعم تحديات ده جزء من الحياة ذاتها، لابد احنا نتغلب عليه، وده ما بنتغلب عليه إلا إذا كان عندنا إيمان ثابت في ربنا ومخلصنا يسوع المسيح، لأنه هو القادر يعمل ويغير في الحال من الأسوأ للأفضل.
استقبلنا ذكرى بتاع عيد الميلاد بكل فرح بكل سعادة، ونتمنى إنه كل سنة مهما التحديات اللي بيحصل لنا ومهما مشاكل اللي بيحصل لنا إحنا نكونوا صبورين ونكونوا قويين في إيمان بتاعنا ونكونوا ثابتين إنه ما في شيء حيقدر.
That's it from me and the team. I am Mathiang Joseph, and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more programs coming up.